Hello and welcome. I hear that you are currently having a headache. Is that correct? Okay, well, let's just make this little part quick and just jump right in so we can address that. I'd like to look at your head and your face, your eyes and jaw mostly, to see if we can find any triggers for your headache, and then we can start honing in on those areas. So I'm going to start very gently. You just tell me if you feel any pain or discomfort here. I'm just going to go through the hair. You just let me know if there's a tender spot, if when I touch something there's any pain, if there's even just any sensitivity. Okay. So right in here. Okay. So let me just, this might hurt a little bit. I'm just going to put a little pressure. Okay. A little bit better. All right. In here. Yes. Okay. So let's keep going. Go around the back of the head. Anything here? Okay. On top of the head. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the occiput where the head and neck meet. How's this? Sore, okay. And how about these muscles on the back of your neck? Sore and even down still. Sore. Okay, I'm going to come now in the front of the shoulder, into the chest. How is all this? Okay, so it's fine here, but a little more sore over here. Okay, well, that does make a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and move back up. So, just going to press around the sinus area. Okay. The ethmoid sinuses. Okay. And maxillary sinuses. Okay, so we're not dealing with a sinus headache. Now let me feel the temporalis muscle here. We're going to start at the more anterior part and just work backwards. Okay, so that's got some soreness too. Okay, now this is going to be maybe a little uncomfortable. I'm going to be very gentle about this. I'd like to palpate around the orbit, and a very common place for headaches is in the inner eye socket. These are called ice pick headaches. So I'm going to very gently palpate around in there. Okay. Let's just start around the eyebrows. Let me know if any of this is painful. Okay, just maybe a bit tender. Sure. Do you experience eye strain a lot? Okay. So now this is where we're going to get into the inner eye. So I'm just going to be getting into this bone right at the side of your nose. Use the side of my finger here so I don't get the nail in there. Just going to press in here. And how was that? Okay, that's good, not bad. So, that's that. Last part, I want to check the masseter and see if maybe that's having something to do with the muscle tension you're dealing with. So, right in here. Is any of this sore at all? Yes, okay. That doesn't surprise me. So, what we've got going on here, we have signs of a tension headache around the sides of the head, soreness in our mastication muscles, temporalis, masseter. We have occipital soreness that extends down the trapezius and a little bit into the chest as well, down by the sides of the chest. So, do you work at a computer a lot or work on your phone a lot? Okay, do you think maybe not great posture? Yeah, just like anybody else, sure. Okay, well, yours is affecting you quite a bit. So, we are having where these muscles are stretching farther than they need to so that you can extend more. And we have these muscles which are shortening and creating tension when you come back. We have maybe some pinched nerve action. We're getting close to that in the occiput, which can happen with these bad posture issues. Are you a jaw clencher? Maybe a bit. So that would have to do with our temporalis and masseter muscles. Those engage when you clench the jaw. And then we have the stress headache in here as well. So there are a lot of things we can do about all of these though. I'm going to start by dimming the lights. I needed a little bit of light to see what's going on, but now we can make it a little easier for your eyes, reduce the sensory input. Okay? Give me just a moment. There we are. Just a little darker. Nothing crazy. So we're going to start by addressing the muscle tension issue. So let's see what we're working with here. Now we want to approach this. So we want to work on the neck, the head-neck relationship We want to lengthen the chest muscles, shorten the posterior muscles a bit. So I'm going to have you just let me take the weight of your head, and I'm going to move you around and stretch your body for you, if you don't mind. Okay, so we are just going to take the head, and we're going to start. We're just doing a little tilt here, getting a good stretch. And then right here. See if we can go just a bit farther. There we go. So we did this side. Do a little bit of this. Do you feel a little stretch? Okay. And then we'll go back again. Just remember to keep breathing through this. Stretching that nice and long. Just letting your head kind of fall where it wants to. Not forcing it by any means, just seeing where it wants to go. Nice stretch there. Okay. Now we're going to stretch you back here. There we are. And forward. Okay. Good. And back. And forward. Okay, and let's do another rep back and forward, since our lateral movement's not really the problem, but the forward and back movement, bit of an issue there. Okay, and then we're going to turn you this way. And then this way. This way. And this way. Any pain from any of this? No? Okay. And then we'll just bring you right back here. So now, let's see. I'm going to take your arm here, and I'm just going to brace on this other side. We're going to give you a nice stretch here. This way. Good. And the other side. Pull back. Good. The other side. Pull back. And side. Pull back. Good. Okay. I'm going to pull down on the arms, both at the same time. Pull down. Okay, you can feel a bit of that stretch there. Okay, and now we're going to just pull these guys backwards, push them back. Getting some shoulder stretching in there. Good. And again, down. Okay. Now I'm going to actually press on your shoulders and bring them down. Good. Now hold your shoulders and press them back. And forward. Okay. Down. Back. And forward. Good. Okay. Give me a couple of rolls here, forward and back. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got here. So bringing the arms back like that helps to stretch right in here. Bringing them forward helps stretch the back. So I think that's a good start to warm everybody up, I think. Okay, so let's work on the head for a bit. I have a couple tools to use, and then we'll gradually bring this down to the rest of the body, or the upper body rather. And we are going to do some tension release with a wooden hammer here. So I'm just going to work on your head with this. I might have my fingers as a barrier, or might use this to get into some of those targeted areas. So let's start right here. So got my fingers that will diffuse the pressure a bit. Just like that. Okay? Does that feel gentle enough? Okay. Good. Right here. trigger spots. Good. We can use the smaller side. Good. Then for the other parts of the body, I'm going to use my hands instead, as well as the hammer for certain areas. So, along the chest here. Using more of a cupping motion. Working down the arm. Very grounding technique. Flip your hand over. And if I can have you just flip around. Okay, we'll work on the back. Side at a time. Sometimes just the rhythm can give you something to focus on. That's not the headache. Sometimes the stimulus itself can distract you. Sometimes it's just helpful to reduce the muscle tension a bit. Okay, and then with the neck here, now we're going to get a little more targeted into specific trigger places. So since I have the back of you here, we're going to do an occipital release. That's going to be the base of the head. And Just going to warm up the spot here. My fingers. And then I'm going to use my thumbs here to put pressure on either side of that first vertebra. This is C1, also called the atlas. C2 is called the axis, atlas axis. So we're going to work right here. And then massage that out a bit. Put my thumbs right in here again. And I'm just feeling around for these things to release. For the muscle fibers and the fascia to get softer and unravel a little bit. Then I'm massaging afterwards to help untangle and move some fluid in there. Get some circulation. Pressing in. Good. And just massaging that out. Okay. Would you mind just doing a single up and down stretch like so? Okay. And one to the side and the other side. And one towards your shoulder, the other tilting towards the shoulder. Okay, let's see what we've got after that. Okay, it tightened up a little bit, so let's go ahead and do one last bit of pressure. And we'll just chip away at everything. Okay, massage that out. Okay, if you'd like to just turn back around. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of an eye release. So I'm going to be putting my fingers in that inner corner of the socket, but not so much by the eye, a little bit above, if that's comfortable enough for you. Okay, so I'm just going to use my fingers to gently warm up the area. Good. And then using my thumbs, I'm going to just anchor them to the head and then press in like so. It might help to take a deep breath in and out. Just going to bring some circulation here. Help untangle this area. And then anchor my fingers and press in. Deep breath in and out. Good. Just work with this area a little bit more. One last one. Deep breath in. And out. Good. Very good. Here we are. So, I want to move from that inner corner to the upper orbit. That can be a good spot to help relieve some of that tension. So we're just going to work across the whole superior aspect of the orbit. Anchor my fingers, press in here. And this sustained, continued pressure is excellent for getting the body to untangle these areas. Okay. And just rub that area. Get a little more blood flow. Let the fibers untangle, and then press. Good. And now we're going to work with the temporalis. We have two sides here to work with. We're going to start by just giving these a good bit of warm up. And all the way back along the scalp. And then I'm just going to use 2 fingers to press along this area. So this isn't as much of a trigger point as it is a trigger area. Just using good pressure here and feeling with my fingers about what's going on. Okay, give that a good rub from the anterior aspect back along the scalp here. Come back. Okay, and just press. Are you feeling some of that tension start to unlock for you? Okay. Right. Rubbing here, bring that back. One more time. Good. And just smooth that back out. Get some blood flow in the area. Now the master here is going to be a trigger point rather than a trigger area. We're going to work, let's see, right here. And then use my fingers, just get right into the meat of the muscle. And keep pressing here. Good. massage that around again. Okay, press nice and deep in there. Might be a little intense, but that's what helps undo the tension. These areas can get so sensitive and reactive the longer they have this tension. Okay. So we want to get ahead of that and help desensitize it one more time. After this, I'm going to do a little bit of massage to address some of the areas of the neck and chest. Okay. Good. I'm going to use my hands and put some pressure on the head itself to finish that. So just squeezing the head and then going this way, squeezing the head. Just giving that a couple of rounds. Squeeze. Squeeze. And squeeze. Good. Okay. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So, let me get out. I want to get out a little tool to help me here. So, not the comb, but this guy. This is a Gua Sha tool, and this can help me smooth and get into the tension of the chest. Let me know if it's too much. This helps me exert a little more pressure. It's a little diffused. This allows me to work along with the fibers. And then if I find an area that is particularly stuck, we can go along the fibers. Then we can use one of the areas to work cross fiber. Just like right here. I'm going to work across this area and use the tool. Really get into there. And then we can use the tool to smooth that out once more. Okay, just like on this side here. Do that. How is that headache going for you? Mm-hmm. Just working along the muscle fibers and then here. You can work against them and hone into this area. Try to untangle it a bit. Good. So, the best way to prevent headaches of this type is to keep stretching the muscles and addressing the posture thing so you don't create the conditions. Okay, if I could see the other side of you. So we can work on the back. This side. Work on both sides here. But if it's something that's accessible to you, massage can help. Even physical therapy is one of the gold standards for addressing headaches. I've had to do that myself, and it went from having essentially a headache so debilitating I couldn't really even think straight the entire day for months to I almost never have headaches anymore. Unless I'm staring at screens too long or I've worked too long. Let's go ahead and go up the neck here. So if that's something that continues to persist, there is medication for it, of course, but especially with these tension headaches, physical therapy works wonders. And it's nice to have someone kind of adjust everything and tell you exactly what's going on that's contributing, and then they show you how to fix it. Because then you can take that later. I've had times where I'll have a crop of headaches, and so I'll do those exercises I learned years ago, and that can help quite a bit. Okay, just smoothing all this out. Either side of the spine. This side. Then I'm just going to use this nice divot and place the spine right here. Do a little bit of work right on either side of the spine, along the neck. Work that just down the upper back. Go. Okay. So that is going to finish our session today. So we did the stretching, trigger point release, massage, the tension release with the wooden tools. So I hope that your headache is adequately released and that you continue to find relief. I'd like to thank you so much for coming in today. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night.